The purpose of this tutorial is to show you today how to connect the Roku 3, and the Roku is actually able to stream content up to 1080p high definition. And one thing that it's really highly touted for is having over 1,000 different entertainment channels that you can go in and look at. And it's pretty neat because it does point out again that it is a game ready remote, it has mobile streaming to your TV, and a one-stop search on the program itself. So what I'm going to do is open this up. In this instance, it has the Roku player, and there's a little tag on the side, and so that's what it looks like on the front. Cellophane still on it, and then of course it has the back information. And then the packaging comes with the remote itself. You'll get 2 AA batteries. It has an adapter. It comes with little earphones. On the back, you have an area to plug your adapter into. So you have a reset button for this device. In this area, you have a Ethernet port, and you also have one HDMI port here. And then if you want to insert one of those little micro SD reader cards so that the Roku can read content from that, you have that as well. And if you flip over to the side, you'll notice that there's this USB port that you're able to connect to this device also. It does have a USB port that can allow you to play your home videos, you can play your music, your movies, or any photos from different types of supported USB drives. The second thing is, if you decided that you wanted to connect your Roku device to your wired network, you can do that. Another area I want to point out is that if you decide that you want to connect this particular device to your television using an HDMI port, it does not include an HDMI cable, so you'll have to purchase one of those separately. The second thing, if you want to connect this device to a wired network and you want to use the Ethernet port, you will need an Ethernet cable because it does not come with this device. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the backing to this device, which is actually the remote. And once I remove that, I'm going to insert the batteries into this area. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this adapter and I'm going to plug one part of that into the adapter port, and then I'm going to take this and plug it into a power outlet near the television. See that the light begins to glow as the device is powering on. The light has stopped flashing, and what I'm going to do here is turn on my television. You'll take these cables and plug them into an HDMI port on your television. In this example, what I'm going to do is plug in the HDMI cable into the back of the Roku port for HDMI. Once that's connected, I'm going to take the other end and I'm going to connect that to an HDMI port on my television. My television, what I'm going to do now that I've connected it using an HDMI port is I'm going to cycle through until I see the HDMI connection. Roku's on this channel, and I'm just going to go to this particular location and begin the process of setting up the Roku device itself. When I press the OK button on the Roku remote, at this point I get this screen and I'm going to press the OK button to select Enter. Now I can see that it wants me to connect to my network. I'm going to click Continue or press the OK button on the remote to continue. I'm going to use a wireless setup, and therefore in order to connect to my network I'm going to press OK. Now we can see that it's looking for the wireless networks, and on this case I'm going to press OK because it chose the one that I had. I'm going to pause this and enter my password. I've gone in, I've typed my password in, it went through and allowed me to press the connect area down here. So once I selected that with the remote, it got to the point where it did 3 types of connections, and now it's updating the software. Once the software update is finished, at that point another message should pop up on the screen. Once I finished that part of it, it said that the Roku was in the process of restarting, and the Roku is rebooting at this point right now. This is the screen that has come up on my television, and it's now asking me to go to an internet connected device. And I need to go to this location for roku.com/link, and then I'll enter that activation code. To this screen, you can see that I've used my Apple device, and I'm just going to tap in a few minutes, and I'm going to enter the code that's on my television. Enter the code on the device. I'm going to press this blue submit button, and at this point it asks me, do I have a Roku account? And so I would recommend that you say yes or no, depending on whether you do or don't. Notice that Roku is asking for your permission to provide payments. I don't want to pay for anything, so in this case I'm going to go to the bottom and I'm going to press skip. I'll add later, because I'm not interested in making payments or adding a credit card to this particular account. And at this point it tells me that I can now use this device to add channels to my Roku account. And with this, I have some that I've selected. You can go in and add another, or you have the ability to just tap a channel and it'll remove it if it's already selected. Once you're done with all of that, tap continue on the bottom of your screen, which is here in this instance. And it's actually processing that information to the web. And now it tells me I'm done, and it says happy streaming on my Roku device. So I'm just waiting for this information to register with the television, and you can see now it's doing the update. And at this point it tells me congratulations, everything's done, and let's start the streaming process.